Well, here we go again. Second attempt at the dash. As you can see, I've simplified it. I'm going to have two gauges there, so it'll be probably fuel, temperature and volts or something. I'm not sure yet, but we'll figure that out shortly. And speedo will go in the middle there. So I don't know if you can see that very well on the camera, but what I'm doing is some of the speedo, I mean, this van is never going to be around at the 110. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to mount the speedo there, and the gauge will partially go through that side of it. It's kind of more of a let's call it artistic license. So and of course, what have I done with it? I don't know. Dashboard lights will go along here, theoretically. Anyway, that's the new plan. Okay, so I've got the new bulb holders made there, and I've got this all marked out. That's approximately where it'll go on there. Speedo will go there. What I'm doing this time is, rather than cutting this out, I'm actually going to mount the speedo with a little bit of a gap, so the speedo will sit behind this plexiglass and then the three gauges will sit there. So yeah, it should alleviate that issue I had with pushing things too far out. So fingers crossed this will work. Okay, that is roughly where it'll go. Basically I've just got it lined with the upper two gauges. So yeah, and that third one will go there. So what I've got to do now is clean this off with some, I just use a basic window cleaner with vinegar in. Then I will hit it with some plastic primer, and then I will hit it with flat black, and we'll take it from there. Well, there we go. I'm quite happy with that. Yeah. So far so good. So I think what I'm going to do before I do anything else, I'm going to actually mount it in the frame, and I'm going to actually try the dash in place, just to, you know, let's be sure it's going to fit this time. There we go, that's going to be a lot better fit. Yeah, I'm liking it. Okay, so when I've got this glued in, I'm just letting the hot glue dry. First of all, I'm going to do the speedo, and then I'm going to do the dashboard lights. So yeah, well, these are starting to come together now. So they will mount obviously behind there, and where have I put it? And that will be over the top of them. Yep, we're getting there. Okay, so we've got everything glued up there, just needs a nice clean up. I'm working on the indicator repeaters now, and yeah. Now, for anybody wondering, yes, I have glued these bulbs in, but they are LEDs, so they will most likely outlast the life of the van. So I'm not concerned about somebody having to pull these apart to get the bulbs back out again. So yeah, I'm just waiting if it's setting up a little bit, then I'm going to seal all the way around these edges, and then I'll put in a little brace across between the two of them there, and then that should be it. Now would you look at that, that's a lot better fit. That's much better, yeah. Very, very much happier with that. Okay, so I'm back at it again, and this is the point of no return, so yeah, wish me luck. Yes, this better work or I am screwed. Well, here we go again, putting the gauges back in, so fingers crossed, we'll see how this one goes. Oh, there she goes, take two. Yeah, I'm liking this. He's liking this a lot. So yeah, next step is going to go and do a test fit, and then we'll take it from there. Once I'm sure that she fits, next thing to do will be to make a plate for the back, which will hold some LEDs which will illuminate the Speedo, and then after that, this is the connections for the oil gauge. I'm not sure yet whether I'm going to put that in or not at this point. I'll just have to play that by ear, see how it goes. But yeah, let me go and do a quick test fit of this. I've got that to glue back on again because I knocked it off, but that's nothing. But yeah, I'll tape these up for the time being, and that means the wiring is there if I do find a place to put the oil gauge. So yeah, let's go and give this a try. Okay, and there we go. Fits in there rather nicely actually. You'll be looking down at it kind of like that. So it's not screwed in or anything, it's just put into place just to make sure. So I'm pleased with that. I am very pleased with that. That's come out much better than before. I'd like to have had the 4 gauges in, but you know, sometimes things just don't work out. I'm good with the Speedo. Like I said, you know, this van's not going to do 100. You know, plain and simple. This is not going to do 100 miles per hour. If I recall, German Autobahn back in the 90s, these top out about 85. So yeah, I don't need a Speedo going up that high. And then the indicators will go into there. So I'll probably do that tomorrow. But today that is definitely a win. So yeah, let me start to get things tidied up. God, I like that. I like that a lot. Anyway, I do have the little cover to put back on there because I did knock that off. So I'm going to go and glue that on, and then leave that to dry, and then tidy up. So yeah. Okay. There's the indicator doodah working now. So that's just still to be mounted into the dashboard, but just wanted to give it a test run. And yeah, it works. So I don't know how well you can see this, but this is a backing plate that'll go onto there, and then I'll drill a hole there, there and there, and that's where the 3 light bulbs will go through, which should illuminate the clocks nicely. I will paint this white though before it's bonded down, but let's get these holes drilled first. Okay, that's there. It has first coat of paint. I'm going to leave it to dry a little while, give it a second coat and get it bonded in. Okay, that's that now glued into place. Basically what I'll do is I'll leave this all overnight just to nicely dry up, make sure all the glue and everything's hardened before I then start getting to install it. So yeah, it's been a good day. Yeah, got a lot done. Much happier with it, feeling a lot better than I was over the past few days, so that's helped a great deal. But yeah, cool. Well, I feel like I've hit another one of those milestones. That's it all screwed in. Yep. Yeah. One thing I do have to do, I do have to change the sender unit in the tank, because the original one is stuck. It just reads the same no matter how much fuel is in. So I do have to drop the tank back out to change that over, but otherwise phenomenal. Really, really happy. So let's start getting the rest of it put together. So well, that's the indicator, the turn signal repeaters now bonded in there. I'm going to leave that to dry. That'll actually take overnight. But meanwhile, over here, I have eventually ran the wiring in for the central locking to this rear door. So I've got basically it comes in from the front to the contacts for the sliding door, around inside the step, up here. I've still got it to tidy out over here though. I've got some armour to put on it, and I've got some stick-on clips that'll just hold the cable up, and it comes in here, up, over the top, down, and then it actually goes into one of these sliders. So, and then of course, obviously I've still got it to tidy up here, but just did the first test and it's working great, so very happy with that. And yeah, so hopefully tomorrow I will get the rest of the dashboard in, and other than the control for the blowers, that's the dash done. I'm not putting the radio or anything like that in just yet. That I'll leave until the van is completely finished, but yeah, for now we are going strong. Well, as you can see, everything's now removed again. Ran into a rather unique problem and I'm not entirely sure how to solve it. Basically, when you hook the speedo up, it doesn't work. However, if you disconnect the cable from the transmission and put a drill on the end of it, the speedo works. If you reconnect it to the transmission, it doesn't work. If you then disconnect the cable from the back of the gauge and drive the van around, the cable spins. So I don't know what the issue is, but yeah. Well guys, it's a few days after the last bit that I shot, and I have come up with a solution, and this is it. Now, yeah, I know I've mentioned this several times in the past, and I thought, you know what, it's going to be the easy solution. And yeah, it's a GPS speedo. Ordered it online a few days ago, and it's here. So let's have just a quick look at it. So, so basically you do get the GPS antenna. Now, I like the design of this one. It's got a little bracket on it, which means you can screw it to maybe the A-pillar. So one of the problems I've had with these in the past is the adhesive on the back, over time the sun just breaks it down and they tend to drop off, so you're constantly messing about with them. But yeah, as for the speedo itself, yeah, that's a nice little design there. I mean, it's basic. I've got to figure out how you set the mileage on it, but there is some instruction booklet there, which is please be all in Chinese. I've got some English there. We'll figure that later. But the wiring on them is pretty straightforward. You've got red will be your main power, black will be your ground, and yellow, I'm assuming, will go to the side lights. Oh, well, it's actually written on the back there. I'm having a moment. And I'm assuming that little button there is to alter the backlight, because this one has multiple backlight colours. So I think it's the usual ones: blue, green, red, and white. So, yeah. But yeah, overall, I'm happy with that. Well, got everything dismantled once again, so yeah, another feeling of deja vu. I've been here before. But yeah, I've got the speedo there, got all the gauges and everything taken back out, and yeah, just getting ready to mark it up and cut the hole. So yeah, dashboard layout, take 3. Anyway, let's get to it. Well, so far so good. Got the initial hole cut. Now all I've got to do is get the sanding drum in and just finish it off there and test fit the Speedo. Yeah. Well, we're moving on. Hopefully, no, I'm not going to say it. This is going to be the last iteration of this. So, yeah. Well, we've just moved out over here into the yard away from everything, so we can just give it a quick coating of paint. I've already hit it with the plastic primer, and that's just the first layer of flat black. I had thought about doing a textured pattern on this, but it's like, I don't know, I'll see. Won't do that until the final coat anyway, but I may just leave it just the way it is. Well, that's it, all nicely painted. I'm going to leave this for another 10 minutes or so, just make sure everything's hardened up before I take the tape off. And yeah, then we're ready. Oh, there we go, that's the new layout. So, theoretically, this should be the last time I have this apart. I reiterate, the last time I have this apart. That's all put together. Now, before I actually wrap the harness and everything, let's just give her a quick test.
Attention please. This car is backing up.
Oh, it's looking for a GPS signal. Right, then let's just stick that out there. There we go. I believe we've got a GPS signal. Fantastic. So, yeah, so that's basically it. Got to pop this back out again, wrap the harness behind the clocks, glue it back into the bezel, and then we can refit it. Fantastic. Well, there we go. That's it all wired and bonded together. The adhesive I'm using needs to dry overnight, so that is why it's just sitting here now. I'll leave this till tomorrow and I'll get back to it. The one thing I have done is I've written the mileage down on the back of the speedometer. I like to do that. Then if anybody opens it up at some point in the future, they've got a reference point from when the speedo was put in. So, plus I will take the original one with me when I go to have it inspected, MOT'd, and just as a reference point for the MOT station, so they can, because I want to keep the mileage correct, you know. For overseas viewers, the reason for this primarily is because UK government actually maintains a website which records license plate and mileage associated with a vehicle. So when you're buying a vehicle, you can basically just bring the license plate up on your cell phone, and it will tell you all of the various mileage checks throughout the vehicle's life when it's been inspected. So obviously I want to keep that correct. I don't want it to look funky in any way that it's been doctored or anything like that. So yeah, I've got the original mileage written down there, and also I'll take the old speedometer with me just so that the station can use it as a reference point. So yeah, anyway, that's it for tonight. Could take a shower, make something to eat as usual, and yeah, and we'll go back to this tomorrow. Well, here we are the next day, and everything is nicely dry and glued together. So let's get this put into place. First thing is deciding where the GPS antenna is going to go. Probably somewhere like that. I don't know why they didn't do this black side of it black. I think it doesn't actually mention in the manual, but I wonder if I could put it on there, you know, just up behind, something like that. So it sits up there. Let's give it a shot. Okay, so I'm just giving it a quick coat of black paint there just to hide that backing in the silver bracket. Okay, so I've got the GPS receiver antenna stuck up there, so let's give her a blast, see if she receives a signal. There we go. We've got the signal. Excellent. So, I don't know. I'm not sure about there. Yeah, she's behind a couple of pieces of metal. Yeah. I don't know, I might drill a hole, see if I can mount it round there somewhere. Just so that she is up next to the glass. Yeah. So I'm just trying the antenna down there behind the glass at the moment. See if we can pick up a signal any quicker. Yeah, obviously that was way quicker. So I think what I'm going to do is I've got some double-sided Scotch tape. I think I'm just going to glue double tape that there. Yeah, I think that's the best thing. Okay, so here we go. Let's see if we can get it speeding up. Well, she's working. Okay, I've got the battery on charge there. Battery's not that old on this, but just all she's really doing is just getting moved from here to there. So doing a lot of starts, but not really doing that much idling or anything. So we've got this working now. Next step is I'm going to get the rest of this dashboard and everything put in. This switch here, I did actually have it. I was using it for rear lights, but it's decided not to work, so I've got to find another one. And I do have one here somewhere. The other thing, really need to tidy this van out. Things are starting to get built up again, so it's time to get rid of stuff. You know, bits like this. This is all just stuff that's being used now isn't. So I think that's going to be the focus today. Get the dashboard, this part of it, finished. Get it tidied up. Also, I've got to figure out where I'm going to put the USB ports on this. Let's have a look here. And that is going to sit roughly there. I may put one of the USB chargers just here. That would be a good location for it. Yeah. Anyway, we'll see. We've got to damn. Anyway, we'll see. We've got to figure this out. Let's get on with it. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's amazing what a little bit of soap and water will do. So, while this is drying, I'm going to then get on and finish up installing this dash. Got the speedometer out. This switch here, I'm going to remove him. Only problem I'm having right now is I can't find the little covers that covers them. So, yeah, story of my life. Just can't. I don't know what it is with me. This past year, I just lose stuff all the time. But anyway, gonna let that dry. Gonna get on, get these installed, and then that's really that well, that section of it done. I can get the switches and everything put back on. I may even get these covers on. Still got the centre bit to do, but I'll get to that shortly. And door cards, and yeah, we are really moving along there today. I have got this out. That's the USB connection for that will go to the head unit. That is going to go right there. I've got the piece out of there. I've just painted it, so it's on drying. And the charger, I do have a charger for this, and I'm torn whether to put it in the front here or to put it in the back. Now, one option is to put it there. Well, that's where I was going to put the air vent. But, oops, what was that? I have no idea. Oh, that's for the old cigarette lighter, which is not going back in. But, yeah. Anyway, what was I saying? Yes, that'll go, the USB for the head unit will go there. While I'm on, I'm probably going to put the GPS antenna in for the head unit as well. And that is everything there, just complete. I'm torn. Given that it won't have a rear view mirror, I'm thinking about putting a switch in there which will turn on the rear view camera. But I'm not overly sure about that yet. That is a maybe possibility, could be. But I'll have to see. But otherwise, yeah, things are coming along quite nicely. See, I would put the other charger there, but the head unit is here, so the screen is going to cover half of that. The same, it's going to cover there. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I may just leave it. But, yeah. The other option is to, I've got a overhead console to go up there. I could put it up there, but again, I'm not sure. I'll have to wait and see. There's no point in rushing into too many different jobs at one time, because that's when you end up doing none of them. So, yeah, plenty of other things I can do around here. Back is looking nice and tidy there. It actually looks dirty on the camera, but it's not. But there's carpeting to go down in there anyway, so, you know, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, that's it for now. Well, there we go. Now that looks good. I am happy with this. I am really happy with this. It sucks that I'm selling it. Well, she is looking like a van again. There's actually a lip there, just in case you think that's not fitted correctly. But that I like that a lot. Anyway, gonna get the rest of this front end tidied out, and then I think I'm gonna start on the door cards. Here we go, starting to put the head unit in. I'm doing this now. I may seem counterintuitive, but I'm doing it now because there's still bits of wiring in here that need to be sorted out for the head unit. So while I'm in with the dash, I may as well do it. Well, here we go. First test firing of the head unit. Whoa. That came up rather quickly. Right, so that is the radio, but as you can see, or hear, don't have the antenna plugged in because I need one of those little, it's like an L-shaped one, so I can't plug it in at the moment, but yeah. we have front speakers. Well guys, there we have it. Yes, I've still got the panel to go in there, but otherwise that's the dashboard done. Oh, and I've got to still find these little covers for here. I think I know where they are, but anyway, I like this so much better than the Smiley Dash. Damn, I think this looks good. I really am pleased I made this decision. Well, I guess I am. But anyway, that is it for now, and I'm going to wrap this video up. It did take a little longer than expected, but you know, that's how things go sometimes. But anyway, that's it for now. Next thing I'll be getting on with, not sure, I think I'm probably going to try and get the door cards fitted. And I've also been dismantling the parts of the trailer, and I might start getting into fitting the cabinets. So yeah, there we have it. So mash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and come back and see me sometime. Have a good one.